Hello, my lovely Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for September 2022. Hope this reading finds you well. This is a general reading for you. It's a reading for Scorpio, Sun, Rising and Moon sign. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, giving me the thumbs up on my channel. If you haven't already subscribed and you would like to, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll know when I'm posting new videos for you. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can follow the link below to my website and book a reading from there. That'll be specific to you. My lovely Scorpio, I've been meditating on your energy. And I'm hearing here, I'm being told, this September is going to be a month of reevaluating. What are you reevaluating? What are you reviewing? It's a month of review. It's a month of reevaluating. It's a month of reevaluating the direction that you're going in. A month of reevaluating how you're living, what you're doing, what brings you joy, what doesn't bring you joy, what do you enjoy, what you don't enjoy. How can you tweak things to make them to bring them to your satisfaction? So I'm hearing here that it's a month of, let's reevaluate this. It's a month of connections. It's a month of increasing your social activity or travel. It's a month of embracing, I want to say getting back to the good old days before COVID. It's like, okay, that's enough now. I want to go out. I want to have dinner. I want to catch up with friends. I want to bring in that social element. There's a need to connect. There's a need to connect. What I'm seeing here for your totem is, even before I draw a card for your totem, but I'm seeing the spider. I'm seeing cobwebs. Cobwebs are about networking. Cobwebs are about building connections. And so it's a time, September's going to be a month of you connecting, building connections. It can be building connections as far as work goes. It can be in your work environment. It can be in your personal life. It can be starting up a business, or if you have your own business, building connections, far-reaching connections. I feel like some of them are going overseas. There's over-water connections, so it's very, very far-reaching. It's like what I'm seeing here is it's like the fishermen, where they throw their net to catch their fish. It's like you are throwing out your net to see what you get, see what you catch, see what gets caught up in the net. And this is about throwing out the net. The net is your goals. The net is your intention. The net is what changes you want to bring in. So you need to identify those. That makes up the net, all the connections of the threads. And when you do that, when you're aware of the goals and the changes you want to bring in, then you catch that as your crop. You've got that. You've got that. So it's about casting it wide. And casting it wide is also, to me, about doing things differently, moving outside your circle, moving outside your framework, stepping outside your comfort zone, my lovely Scorpio, because all manner of things will unfold. It's going to be challenging too. There's some things that are going to challenge your, what do I want to say? It's going to be challenging to you, to your values, to your beliefs sometimes, to your ego even. If you're sort of digging your heels in about a particular situation, it's about, let's step outside of that. Let's extend our thinking, our thoughts, our interactions. Very much about that this month, my lovely Scorpio. Let me draw a card for you from my Divine Animal Oracle deck to see what is part of your totem. So I know already that you've got spider energy. And the spider energy is very busy building a cobweb, building connections to see what it catches, to see what comes its way. And so that is something that is there for you. That's one part of your totem. What's the other part? You've got chameleon. Let me get my glasses, my lovely Scorpio. Let's see what it says. Chameleon, change. Yeah, you see there's change afoot. There's change coming here for you. And the chameleon energy, you know, with the chameleon energy, chameleons adapt to their environment. They change their colours according to the surface that they're on, so that they don't get seen. You know, that's their form of protection. But what the chameleon energy is bringing to you is this ability to change according to the situations around you. And that can take you outside your comfort zone as well. But it's about embracing change, building networks with the spider energy, embracing change with the chameleon. Busy at work, the chameleon. Let me read what it says for the chameleon. Let's see what is written here with chameleon energy. Clearing my throat, sorry, that's them. My guides coming through to channel. Change is a natural part of life, so resistance is futile. Ride the energies of change and know where you are going, then fear will lessen. It is not always wise to just blend in with everyone else. Flexibility in mind and body is advantageous. Do not take too long to make your decision. So it's about flexibility. The chameleon magic is one of flexibility and coping with change. Call upon the magic of this creature when you wish to have successful change in challenging circumstances, and when you wish to know everything you can about a situation prior to moving forward. Well, there you go. So it's spider energy building networks, but it's also embracing the changes that are coming in around you, and that's part of this sort of social mixing, networking energy that's around you, my lovely Scorpio. So really embrace that energy for September, because it's going to really be very beneficial for you. I'm going to create the Celtic cross for you. Let's see in more detail what's coming up for you in the month of September. Let's expand on that sort of changing. You know, see, you've got the Tower too. That speaks of releasing what no longer serves you. What are you holding on to? Are you holding on to thought patterns? Are you holding on to the past? Are you holding on to situations that have occurred and have long gone? You know, what do you need to release that's keeping you in a particular state of being? Because you need to release that in order for this new change, this wave of newness to come in around you. So you've got the Tower, and this is about, and this may have already happened for some of you, that where there's been this energy of shift and of change and of releasing, and you know, busy doing that, letting things go that don't serve you. Energies, ways of thinking, belief systems, how you interact with others, who you interact with, you know, releasing the past. Releasing what you're holding on to from the past. It's stopping you from moving into this wonderful energy of September, where it brings in this newness. You've got the King of Pentacles, the King of Coins. This is you being in control of your reality, you being in control of your environment. So really the changes that are possible for you in September are totally up to you. It's totally up to how you're viewing it and what you're wanting to bring in around you. What are you bringing in around you? What do you want? What changes do you want? What practical changes do you want to bring in around you? This is a grounding. This also is, what abundance do you want to bring in? What new way of being and thinking and creating do you want to have around you in a practical way? And that's going to lead to, when you come to that awareness, it's going to lead to you making choices. It doesn't matter which choice you make. It doesn't matter what direction you choose to move in. What is important here is the movement, because it's going to move you forward. It's going to get you unstuck. It's going to get you seeing things, seeing your reality, which is the King of Coins energy, seeing your reality in a very different light, seeing it for the abundance that is around you, seeing it for the goodness that's around you, showing appreciation and gratitude for what it is you have rather than what it is you have not got. It's about moving forward. So focus on what you have rather than what you don't have. And that sits you in positive energy. And so things then start to unfold. Doors, the proverbial doors, start to open. There's movement forward. There's movement coming. You've also got the Knight of Pentacles. This speaks of movement. It's not a time to sit and think and contemplate. It's a time of knowing what your goals are, knowing what you want to achieve. Is that promotion within reach? Is that study within reach? Is it the study completed? Are you looking for a new position? Are you starting a new business? Are you starting a new relationship? Are you moving location? What is it? Where are you going? What are you doing? It's not about thinking about it. It's about taking action. It's about moving forward. You're going to have this irresistible energy of movement. So as much as you want to try to sit still, it's not going to work for you. You need to move forward. You need to achieve. You need to get these things done. You've also got the Palace of Swords. And it's interesting because you've got this, but you've got this energy of movement and wanting to bring in change, that positive change in your life, positive connections around you. But you're also going to, in reality, people are going to feel like, oh, you're doing a lot of thinking. You're really processing. You're really writing goals. You're really, getting things done. That's what it's going to seem like. It's going to seem like, yeah, you're really thinking about things. You're really focusing in on and identifying the areas in your life that need that movement, that need that change. There's a lot of soul searching here. There's a lot of inner work here. What have you always wanted to do? What have you always wanted to learn, to study, to do? Hobby, it can be a hobby. It can be travel. It could be a new form of study. There's something new that's coming in around you, something that you've always been thinking about that's coming to the surface. This also speaks of communication. Who do you need to communicate with? What do you need to say? What do you need to get out? What communication is there that needs to be, I want to say, I'm feeling like I'm building bridges. I'm building bridges. Where's the repair work happening? Okay, what do you want to communicate? What do you want to write? Are you writing? Are you needing to speak spoken words? Communicate with someone? What are you thinking about? What are you processing? Because it's going to bring closure. It's going to, see, this is the Tower. It's going to bring some sort of closure around you. And it's important that you don't carry the burden of the past with you into this new stage. September is always a month where there's that transition, gets you ready for October, and October is a microcosm of 2023 and what's going to unfold there. So it's about releasing everything that you feel like you've been carrying as a burden, as a rod on your back. And it's about, okay, well, what have I learned from that? What have I learned from the past? How has it changed me? How has it caused my soul's evolution? So it's about carrying with the wisdom that you've gained. We all make mistakes. It's about learning from those mistakes so that they're not repeated. So what have you learned? From mistakes of others or mistakes from you? What have you learned from that? How have you evolved? How has it changed your thinking? Don't carry the burden of it into September. There's also celebration coming up for you around September. Celebrate a birthday, a wedding, an anniversary, a marriage, a birth of a child, celebrating your... who's retiring? There's celebrations around a retirement. And that's connection with people, socializing. That's going to be really important. That's what this represents as well. There's a lot of socializing. There's a lot of fun to be had. There's a lot of celebration of your there's a celebration of your achievements. So if you've completed a study or you've gotten a promotion or you're retiring, there's celebrations around that. There's support and celebration, which opens the door to this new reality of yours. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? And when you set your goals, when you embrace the change, when you network, it's about, you're not going to see instant results. So it's about learning patience as well. It's about knowing that when you put this in motion, those rewards will come to you over time. And I feel like they will unfold for you. You might see a little bit this year, but they're certainly going to start to unfold in 2023 for you. Who's feeling left out in the cold? Who's feeling like something's going on that you're not pleased about? That just They just dropped that in here for me. There's something going on in your life or your work or your environment around you and your reality that you're not happy about. That's what they're saying. It's interesting. So what is that for you? It's like I'm being left out in the cold here. I'm being thrown out. You know, I'm outside of something that's going on. So I'm just feeling like there's a whole lot of activity here and you're standing outside of that and looking in and thinking, you know, well, what about me? What about me? You know, that's interesting. But it's about patience. And so, you know, even if you're feeling like that, be patient. Let's see how things evolve, because it will come to you. Things will come to you, as well as, you know, the seeds that you've planted, let me say. Things aren't just going to come to you. The things that you've planted, the things that you've laid out, the goals that you've set will come to fruition. They will happen. They will happen. You've also got the Knight of Swords, and this is about communication. Don't be afraid to communicate. There's something that you need to communicate. There's something that you need to say. There's something that you need to do. Don't be afraid to do it. It's time to move forward with that, because it does bring hope. It does bring healing. It does bring positivity. So it's a positive move that brings in that change. So I like that. I like that. You're also going to be very, very busy. There's a lot of activity. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of, what hobby are you learning? What craft are you learning? What skill are you learning? What study are you learning? There's something that you're doing that is going to bring you a lot of prosperity, abundance. It can be financial, but it can also be joy, satisfaction in the completion of it, in the working of it. You're busy. It's busy. So as you move into October, you're going to be busy, my lovely Scorpio. There's a busyness there. I like this month of change for you and social networking, setting your goals put them in place, line them up, start moving them forward. It's time to move them forward. Oh, this is interesting because it's karma. Karma's at play here. So what's happened in the past is going to come up and it's either going to bite you or it's going to be very, very good for you. So it's about thinking about, well, how were you in the past? You know, what was going on in the past? What karma is catching up with you? What is coming around? And so, you know, it's all about karma September as well. It's interesting because there's that networking, there's that spider web. There's that spider web, building networks. There's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life. Past life, I feel like it's more, there's nothing from the past that can't be addressed in the now, is what I'm hearing. So anything that happened in the past and karma's catching up with you, there's nothing that can't be repaired. Networking, repairing there's a repairing of the net, and that's like the fisherman's net, isn't it? That I saw in the beginning, where you were casting that out to see what you get. So very interesting reading for you, my lovely Scorpio, this month. I wish you love, light and many blessings. Happy journeying through September. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can follow the link below to my website and book a reading from there. That would be specific to you.